Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from Fitness Marketing Made Simple, back with another quick tip, straight out of the tribal section, over in our Fitness Marketing Made Simple group on Facebook. We've got a question here from Britt Brennan today saying, I see people, myself very much included, struggling through money issues, asking advice, and then balking at it when there's a price tag on it. Not because we don't want it or we don't want to pay for assistance, we simply can't afford it. Right now I'm working on shifting major mindset, right, there's a ton of stuff here, right, so I'm not gonna read through the whole thing, but this is what it really comes down to. What are ways to get this kick started and get some money coming in the door before I'm working out of my car, given that I really do not have any dollars to throw at it today. How best get started today? The overwhelm that most of us suffer is that we feel the little steps don't matter enough to the big picture, so we don't take any steps at all. Right. Okay, so there's a bunch of really important and really great and powerful stuff going on in that question, which is why I wanted to take the time to actually answer it personally. The first thing is to basically, whenever you feel lost, which is true of pretty much everyone that I work with at some point, they feel lost. When you feel lost, there are some very, very simple, obvious, and very impactful things that you can and arguably should do. Okay, thing number one, stand still. Okay, one of the X-Forces, and one of the first things you're taught in navigation is that when you get lost, you stand still. Now, this is the exact opposite of what most people do. They feel lost and they look for a new way to barge ahead, a new way to barge ahead, a new way to barge ahead, and they see a post from Dax, and they see a post from Chris, and they see a post from someone else, and someone else, and someone else, and they just keep running back and forward between all of these different things. Stand still. The second you feel lost, stand still. You can't get your bearings on what you're trying to accomplish, where you're trying to get to, or anything else unless you actually stand still, look around you, and check out the reality of the situation. Most of the time things become far more confusing, far more frightening, because we're trying to keep moving in an environment that we are unclear on. Okay, so stand still and look at your current environment. By looking at your current environment, I also mean, excuse me, I also mean to look at the resources available to you within that environment. Okay, again, coming back to being a soldier. If I get lost, yeah, I'm standing still. I'm looking around me though. I'm looking to see where could I, if I needed to stay here for a longer period of time because I'm so terribly lost or I'm so exhausted, where could I get shelter? Where could I get water? What are the berries on that bush over there? Right, you're looking around you now. In this situation, in this particular survival situation, you want to also be looking at the resources available to you. What have you done in the past that you know has brought you in money? I'm not talking about like the best money in your life, and I'm not talking about, well, there's 1,000 ways to do this. You already, every single person watching this video has had an experience where they put together a sale, an offer, a guinea pig trial, a something, right? Something that worked for them. And that is the number one resource you want to go to when you are actually strapped. Okay, when it feels like you have to get some money in today, go to your number one resource. Now later on you might go, well shit, you know, I've just cost myself $3,000. I could have, you know, if I'd have just waited out, I could have charged double the price, triple the price, and I could have made a lot more money. Yeah, absolutely true, absolutely true. But that's not where your head is at when you are in financial panic, when you need to get some money in today. So sometimes it's absolutely fine to just relax, say, do you know what, I know there are 1,000 ways that I could have capitalized on this even better, but today I'm just going to take the action of going back to what I know has worked in the past. Because here's the thing, so many of us, we ignore the things that worked in the past. We're always looking for the next shiny thing. Okay, so Dax posts today and says, hey, you should try this, and oh, maybe I should do that. But as we say, maybe I should do that, we throw out the baby with the bathwater on the things that we know have worked for us in the past. So stand still. Look at what has worked for you in the past. Look at the resources that you have available to you, and use every single resource, even if that means taking out a sheet of paper and saying, right, what do I know? I know a whole bunch of stuff about nutrition. Could I do something with nutrition? Could I, for example, could I go back to my existing clients, all the ones that I'm currently working with, and offer them a nutrition consult? If every single one of your clients did that, and you charge each one $100 for it, even if you charge them $50 for it, you've probably got somewhere between $500 and $1,000 just sitting there in nutrition consult money, just waiting to be asked for. if you did the same, if you've got life coaching skills or year planning skills. I mean, if at this time of the year, I'm recording this a couple of days before New Year's Eve 2013. Okay, so at this time of year, you've got lots of people thinking about the year ahead. Could you do a planning and strategy consult? Okay, what resources do you currently have available to you, and what have you tried in the past? Boom, go and use those. What else? The other what else aspect here is to look at, for example, in the community, in Fitness Marketing Made Simple, and I'm not just saying mine, it could be anywhere. There are tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of great resources given to you for free. Certainly within my community, there are tons of resources given to you for free. Pick one. Just literally pick one. Pick a resource, pick an idea, pick a marketing concept, and give it a go. Most of the ones that I post don't actually cost very much money. Okay, mostly because I'm a cheapskate. I don't like spending much. No, but seriously, they don't cost a lot of money. What they do require is a little bit of your time and a little bit of your effort. But you can run guinea pig trials on Facebook. You can set up a closed group like this one here in Fitness Marketing Made Simple. And you can invite a bunch of people in, and you can run a guinea pig trial, you can run a test program, you can run a full paid program, you can run any number of things. Okay, it doesn't have to cost you any money. It doesn't even have to cost you Facebook advertising. You just go back to people that worked with you in the past, or people that are following you on Facebook, and invite them across. And it doesn't even have to be on a sales page. You can use Facebook Notes, okay, and you can write a bit of copy into Facebook Notes and say, hey, I'm going all ghetto on this one and I'm not doing a ton of stuff. If you follow me and you like me, you'll like what I'm doing. If you don't follow me, it's probably irrelevant. And if you don't like me, it's definitely irrelevant, right? You can keep it really, really simple. The truth is, though, there are enough resources in Fitness Marketing Made Simple to definitely get you earning some money today. In fact, the only reason why anybody wouldn't make any money out of the stuff that's in Fitness Marketing Made Simple is because of, A, they don't use it, as in they just literally do not use it. They look at it and then they look for the next post and they look for the next post and they look for the next post. Instead of saying, that was a great post, it told me to do 5,000 things, which is some of my lists often do that. Okay, let me pick one and let me do that one thing. Great. That one thing brought me in nowhere near as much as I hoped it would. It brought me in about $300. I wanted about $3,000. Let me try another thing. Okay, and work your way systematically through lists. The idea that the small things don't work, or the small things aren't big enough, is one of the biggest fallacies in fitness marketing and in any marketing. Okay, in fact, you are better off having 100 fishing rods in the water, bringing in kind of 1 or 2 fish here and there, than having one big fishing net in the water and dragging in 1,000 new clients in one big hit. Why? Because when you've got 100 fishing rods in the water, your supply of fish never runs out. You've always got something new to do. When you have only the big jumbo net and now you've fished out those waters, it doesn't matter how good your net is, all the fish are gone. Okay, there's no way to get new fish. You've got to completely go to new waters and start over again. Think about how many fishing rods you can actually throw in the water. It's better for you to have a whole number of them operating at quite low level than it is to have just put all your eggs in one basket and have one thing. Okay, so I've given you a few tips there. I hope that's useful. I hope it rings some truth bells in your mind and gets you thinking about some of the things that you can do. But to reiterate, stand still. Whenever you're lost, stand still. Get your bearings. Look at the resources available to you and take small actions. Get as many fishing rods in the water as you possibly can. Again, coming back to that military survival situation, right? You're not just relying on one source of food. You put out numerous traps, numerous snares. You make as many different means of catching fish from the river as you possibly can. You're not going to just sit on the riverbank all day with your one fishing rod and hope that something comes along. Okay, so hope that's useful, and I will be back very, very soon with a ton of other stuff to boggle your mind and get you thinking in new ways. Until then.